Hey guys, it's Carter. In this video, I'm going to be going over how I create the perfect looking scans to upload to TCG Automate for easy listing to eBay and to just boost my sales by having really high quality photos of my cards. If you'd like to sign up for TCG Automate and try it out, I have a coupon code in the description below. I will be going over what I believe are the best scan settings for the Ricoh fi-8170, formerly known as the Fujitsu fi-8170. Okay, so once you're in your paper stream capture software, you want to make sure you're in the right mode, so switch modes if you need to, and then you go to scan settings. Then once you have this window open, you just click scanner settings here. And then here's my profile. I will show you guys. I've tested out basically every single setting listed in here, and this is what I found to be the best. So starting off, image mode color, paper source feeder, both sides. 600 DPI is enough generally. You can even go to like 300 if you want. It's not going to make a huge difference. Custom size, this defaults to letter. You don't really need to change it, but I set it to be the exact size of a trading card. I'm not sure if this makes any difference actually. Image. So here is the big setting. A lot of people would recommend to prioritize contrast, but I found when you do this, the scans output way too dark and just don't really look good. So I like to go to color and then brightness to 150. You can adjust this up or down to your liking, but I found this to be a good balance between not looking washed out and not being too dark. Contrast 128, and then these three settings I just leave at default. Shadow 0, highlight 255, and gamma at 1. Next setting, vertical streaks reduction on. You want to make sure your scanner is always clean of any dust or anything. So ideally, if your scanner is clean, you don't really need this setting to be on, but I like to leave it on just in case to make sure there's no streaks. Next setting, cropping to automatic size. And then this is another big setting, the background color. If you set it to black and you scan cards that have like a black border, like a magic card, the auto crop is going to break. So I recommend leaving this on background white. Even though black does look really clean, you might have to like fiddle around with your scans or rescan some cards more. If you have it on white, you'll basically have a 100% auto crop success. Then margin, this adds like a little border around the card. I like to have a 1 millimeter margin just so people can see the edges of the cards better. Sometimes if you go down to zero margin, they won't really be able to see the very edge of the card really well. So I like to leave this at 1. You can go a bit higher if you want to have like a bigger border around your cards. And then the rest of the settings, there's not too much we need to change. I would leave rotation on automatic, edge correction off. Edge filler, I've tested this, but it doesn't really look nice on the scans. And then blank page dissection on. And then I don't think there's any other settings you need to adjust down here. The rest should be a default. JPEG compression you can change if you like. I just leave this at 5. This is how I feed my cards in the scanner. I like to do top to bottom and then put it face down. Alright, let's test out the scanner. Now I put a few different types of cards in to see how they look. So here we go. I did a Japanese card, like a vintage holo, and then let's see. So yeah, here we go. Lieutenant Surge's Magneton, pretty clear. You do have a little bit of vertical streaking, so my scanner might have been dirty. Like I said, always make sure to clean off the dust, but otherwise the scan looks really nice. And let's see, back. You can see the whitening pretty clearly. Really high DPI, nice scans. Looking good, looking good. Again, the auto cropping worked wonderfully. Thus made Necrozma. A little bit of different type of a border on this one. You can see it does have a little bit of damage up here that you can see very clearly. So really good looking back. Whale Lord, a little bit of a different style of card, scanned in well. This one did scan upside down, but that's fine. You can always just go and rotate it. That doesn't happen too often, but it does happen occasionally. And then a Radiant Sneasler, really nice looking scan there. So yeah, I will go through again with the black background and show you guys how it looks, but I think white background is ideal just because you'll have less issues with the auto crop. Alright, here we go, running it again with the black background this time. Let's see how the scans look. Alright, not bad. You can see the edges a lot more clear if you do select the black backgrounds. So if you want to do this, that's fine. Just note that if you scan anything with a black border, you might have problems. But yeah, look how clean these scans look. I do love how the black background looks. That is really nice. Looking good. Looking good. Jirachi. Whale alerts. Yeah, all these scanned perfectly, but let me test out some cards with a black background really quick. Yeah, I'm liking the colors and everything. Everything looks good. It doesn't look too dark or too washed out. These scans are gorgeous. Alright, scanning the black bordered cards now. Let's see if the auto crop breaks. So yeah, I can already see it messing up. This is why I prefer to just stick to white background for everything. As long as you don't scan really dark cards or cards with a black border, you can make the black background look really good. Yeah, going through this, you can see some of the cards did not crop properly. Gets either shifted or just completely cut off like this one. Like this is a scan I would not want to upload because they can't see all of the edges. Also, this really just looks like lazy, low effort scan if you're uploading that. So yeah, like I said, white background is the way to go if you want perfectly auto cropped scans that also look nice. But it's ultimately up to you. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these scan settings or if you have any improvements over it. These have worked really well for me, so I'm gonna probably just leave it how it is. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll just go back and switch it back to white, and then I'm ready to start uploading to eBay. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.